Thank you, Alicia. You know, it's so important to remember people. It's our first and foremost thought here at Ken's 5, and it should be yours as we head into this Arctic blast. So let's start with the 4 Ps, and it is putting people first. Make sure that anyone in your life that is living alone or any kind of elderly that's a family member, make sure they're okay. Make sure they've got everything they need to just stay home and safe tomorrow. Pets and plants have to be inside until probably Saturday afternoon. Till Saturday afternoon before we get out of this. And the pipes, hopefully they're wrapped by now, because by morning temperatures are going to be colder and colder. You'll still have a few hours before we get to freezing tomorrow morning. Live radar and pockets of very heavy rain. Henry Ramos getting wet out there tonight. You can also see some of this rain lifting up towards Leon Valley, where Alicia Nieves is live. And then we've got another band stretching north of 1604 across 281. Everything liquid, because temperatures are still well above freezing. We've got 36 at Helotes and Bernie, 40 at Timberwood Park and Randolph, 41 at Lackland, 35 at Bandera. Put a few more counties on the map and you see we're just above freezing now at Fredericksburg. Kerrville's at 35, Rock Springs at 0 Celsius. So that's our first freezing temperature showing up, and it'll all go down from here. Look at these wind chills already. Low to mid 20s across the hill country. 21 Rock Springs and Fredericksburg, 25 Bernie. Feels like freezing here and Seguin. 29 the wind chill at New Braunfels, where wind gusts right now are at 31 miles per hour. This is something we'll have to get used to through Friday night. Now, the good news about high winds, it's really hard for any precipitation to accumulate when the winds are blowing very strong at the surface. That's a good thing, okay? But it's also a bad thing when it comes to the possibility of power outages, as well as, of course, the wind chill factor. So the front pushing south, you can see the bands of precipitation. The mix is right across the hill country now. 22 Midland, 9 Amarillo. Temperatures will continue to gradually drop as we work our way through Thursday into Friday. Right now at the airport, 40, north wind at 18 miles per hour. Let's look at the temperatures overnight. We're looking at about low 40s to get things started at 4:30 a.m. And speaking of that time, Ken's 5 Eyewitness News this morning gets going at 4:30 a.m. with team coverage. Meteorologist Paul Morellis and Marina Newman, Holly Stouffer on traffic to make sure you're staying ahead of any icy conditions. We're looking at upper 20s at that hour across the hill country, and they'll stay in the 20s through all of tomorrow and a good part of Friday. We go below freezing by about mid-morning hours and into the afternoon, and that's when most of this precipitation changes over for the city. Heavy pockets of rain are possible with this. We could see half to 3/4 of an inch of rain across East Bexar County, but it looks like the sleet changes over by about 6 a.m. across Bernie and then starts pushing into the area. And now here's the good news. We start drying as early as 1:30. Little band of snow off to our east. So let's hope that that forecast pans out exactly like that we get rid of this moisture by, again, early afternoon. Impact most across the hill country, where we expect the highest amount of ice accumulation could be 1/4 of an inch on bridges and overpasses. For us, a light glaze on bridges and overpasses. That's why the winter storm advisories for San Antonio, but it's a warning for areas to our north, like New Braunfels, Kerrville, Bernie. All right, so once we get to the 30s tomorrow, we stay there until Saturday. We're looking at lows around 22 Friday morning, 22 Saturday morning. We'll get out of the 30s by Saturday, out of the 40s by Sunday. Good news is that we get rid of all the precipitation by early afternoon hours of Thursday.